Hello, Pumpkin Patch. Thanks so much for joining us again, and welcome to the Days of Halloween for October 21st of 2020. Today, I'm so excited to share with you one of our fellow Fall Horsemen's picks, Eric Sinner. Today, he's chosen all 4 movies, and then we still chose The Haunt. If you stay to the end, there are bloopers where I messed up. I'm sure there are tons for you to see. Please make sure to click or treat, and that means like this video, share it with people you think would enjoy it, subscribe to the channel, and then ring that notification bell so you can get a notification every time we post new content. Also, please make sure to stalk us on all the social medias. On every Saturday, there you'll find where you can watch all the movies that we've discussed each week. And I'm doing that research, so you should definitely check it out. Our Halloween classic of the day is The Shining from 1980. Probably heard of this movie. You may have had some of the quotes from The Shining said to you at certain points, like, "Red rum, red rum, red rum." This movie was directed by Stanley Kubrick, and it's based on a book by the renowned Stephen King. The plot of this movie surrounds Jack Torrance, who is a writer who has writer's block, who is played by Jack Nicholson, who you probably know from any number of movies, really. So he takes a job being the caretaker of a hotel during the winter in Colorado called the Overlook Hotel. He and his wife, played by Shelley Duvall, and his son Danny, played by Danny Lloyd, settle into the Overlook Hotel, and then Danny has The Shining, which is the title of the movie. Danny has these disturbing psychic premonitions. As these go on, they get more and more violent and disturbing. And then Jack begins to discover the dark secrets of the hotel and becomes more and more unhinged. One of the renowned scenes in the movie is where Jack Nicholson says, "Here's Johnny," and I verified this with several sources, was improvised by Jack Nicholson. The production team wanted to use a fake door when he is chopping down the door with the axe. That's a spoiler if you guys haven't seen The Shining, but probably you've seen it, that scene portrayed somewhere. They used a fake door at first, but Jack Nicholson was a volunteer firefighter, chopped down the fake door too quickly, and they actually ended up having to use a real door for that scene. The Shining is also one of the first handful of movies that use Steadicam technology. The man who invented Steadicam stayed on the scene most of the time. The scene where Danny is on the big wheel and goes through the hotel is actually all filmed with a Steadicam. That was another thing that I found out when I was doing research about this movie that I thought was really neat. The Shining is one of the movies that was selected for preservation by the Library of Congress. If you haven't seen The Shining, it's a definite classic, and so I encourage you to watch it and then let us know down in the comments what you thought about it. For Eric's overlooked movie, he chose the 2016 independent movie Terrifier. In Terrifier, a maniacal clown named Art the Clown terrorizes 3 young women and also anyone else who comes into his path on Halloween night. This movie is written and directed by Damien Leone. Art the Clown also appears in a 2013 Halloween anthology called All Hallows Eve. When I was reading the reviews on Terrifier, one of the things that really came through is that this is a pure slasher movie. There's not a thick plot. It's really just a slasher/horror movie. It's more in the vein of the 1980s Freddy, Jason, and some 1980s B movies. I thought that was an exciting thing to share with you guys. Also, this movie was made for 1/2 of the budget of The Mechanical Birds and the Birds. $100,000 is all it took to make this movie. And Damien Leone wanted to tell a bigger story about Art the Clown, and so he started an Indiegogo campaign to make this movie, and then a producer saw it, was a fan of All Hallows Eve, and decided to fund the entire production himself. So he got a deal because they made an entire movie for half of the budget for Mechanical Birds. So that's something. For Eric's selection for the Halloween In-Between movie, he chose Transylvania 65000 from 1985. This movie has an all-star cast which includes Gina Davis, Ed Begley Jr., Carol Kane, and Jeff Goldblum, who I love. I hope you guys love him as much as I do. Let me know down in the comments if you really like Jeff Goldblum or if you really hate Jeff Goldblum. This movie is about 2 tabloid reporters who go to get the scoop on Frankenstein in Transylvania and encounter a vampire, a werewolf, and a mummy along the way. And it is a comedy, so a lot of hilarious things ensue. Written and directed by Randy DeLuca, and almost all of the photography in this movie takes place in Yugoslavia. The production was completely supposedly funded by Dow Chemical Company. You don't usually hear about chemical companies or Dow funding movies, but they did fund this movie, and they had some problems with currency conversion with Yugoslavia. So anyway, I thought that was an interesting fact that I learned about the movie just in doing my research. So the title of the movie was a parody on the song Pennsylvania 65000, which is a Glenn Miller song. Filmed mostly in Yugoslavia, which reminded me a lot of the Crows Have Eyes remake that Moira Rose starred in Schitt's Creek. That's the first thing I thought of. I was wondering if the production went similarly to what she experienced. For our kids movie selection, Eric selected Frankenweenie from 2012. This movie was directed by Tim Burton. The score was done by, can you guess? Can you guys guess? Danny Elfman. A young Victor Frankenstein has one good friend on this earth, and it's his dog Sparky. When Sparky meets with tragedy, Victor gets an idea from his science teacher that he could help bring him back to life. He does that with much success, and then his classmates steal this idea and start bringing their deceased pets back to life with some interesting consequences. This movie has some talent in the voice acting realm. Winona Ryder, Martin Landau, Martin Short, and Catherine O'Hara are all voice actors in this. This movie is based on a Tim Burton short with the same name from earlier in the 2000s. Also, it's a stop motion animation film, and it includes 200 puppets, and the human puppets had 40 to 45 joints, some of which had to be made by Swiss watchmakers because they were so small. All the human puppets also have real human hair. I hope you guys enjoy Frankenweenie. If you love it, if you love Tim Burton movies in general, just leave us a comment down below and let us know what you think. For our haunt of the day, we've chosen The Beast in Kansas City, Missouri. The Beast was named the 2019 Best Haunted House by America Haunts. The Beast is part of a family of haunted houses, which also includes Edge of Hell, which is only a block away from The Beast. Also, The Beast is 4 stories tall. When you are done with the haunted house, which takes about 45 minutes to get through, you have 2 options to get out. 1, you can go down a 4-story slide, or 2, you can jump out of a 2nd-story window onto a giant air-inflated pillow. You can also get a ticket and just do that jump from the 2nd-story window if you don't want to go through the haunt, but I'd want to go through the haunt, and I hope you guys would too. The Beast also boasts that they have a real alligator inside the haunted house. They have holograms, they have 3D special effects, and they've been awarded many, many times over. So James and I have not been to The Beast, but it's definitely on our list. We just like to do a Missouri swing and do all of the well-known Missouri haunted houses on this list so far. The Beast is open this year. Masks are required. You're also required to go through a temperature check, and they have time tickets, but just make sure you check the website down below before you go. That's it for today, Pumpkin Patch. I hope you've enjoyed Eric Center selections for October 21st of 2020. Please let us know down in the comments below what you think, if you think anything was missing from this list just so far overall. And also, please make sure to click or treat. That is, like this video, share it with people you think would enjoy it, subscribe to our channel, and then ring that notification bell so you can see every day when our videos come out. And thank you so much for riding with the Fall Horsemen, where Halloween lives and fall is forever. This movie was directed by Stanley, by this, I don't know why I can't get this out. Halloween through, I'm gonna look that up quickly. This movie is about something. This movie is based, alright, I don't know the date right offhand. Oh, I don't really know where I was going with that. Can't get that out today. I don't know what's wrong with me. When I went on earlier in the 2000s, and I don't have that date. I almost said Glenn Close, and that's not right. If you've been to The Beast, yep, that's right. Anyway, The Beast is, whose name I do not have on hand right now. When the scene... Alright, those are my poses.